Hello chaps, long time since I've been on, well, a couple of weeks anyway, so got a lot of catching up to do. This is one of the units I've just finished in October, which are the Hat French Lancers set, and they all come with lances by default. So what I decided to do instead was to make a bugler and an officer to go with them, so hence the different coloured horses. And I cut off the arms on these three figures to replace with three different arms. So one of these arms is the lance from the Brunswick cavalry set that I had. I had a couple of spare arms there, so I used that for the bugle and also for the sword arm and the guy holding the extra lance there, because the three figures that come with this set have got no hole in the hand to put the lance through, so it would have meant gluing, and I couldn't be faffed with that, and they weren't a very good pose anyway, so I decided to customise that and use these three guys here. So just take you around these guys. Nice set to paint. You can't beat lancers really, can you? Yeah, so had fun doing those. Would recommend them to anybody doing this scale, this period. Very good set. So that's those. Very colourful, aren't they? I decided to do them with the orange facings because the last lot of lancers I did had, I think it was red. So I quite like that. Sort of dragoon colour, isn't it? But only they're lancers instead. So yeah, very good. Did like doing them. Okay, so that's that unit. And I also bought the heavy ambulance, French heavy ambulance set. So you get three of these in the pack, box. Bit fiddly, I have to say, but then all these sort of limber, extraneous sets are fiddly to do with all the tracings. There is room as well, of course, to put an extra pair of horses on, so I might do that at some point. And I decided because it's an ambulance card, I decided to utilise this figure here, or these two figures from the Airfix infantry. So the guy carrying his wounded comrade back, and he's going to put him in the ambulance, which is just decided to roll up. So I thought that would be a nice little addition to this vignette, you could see. And you know, it makes use of these two guys, so I might do that on each one, but in different places perhaps. You never know. There's also, amongst the Esky sets, there's quite a few guys in similar poses. You know, the one guy with the arm around his comrade. I know the Imperial Guard have got a couple like that, and possibly even the Esky line infantry set. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Just do three different ones with different wounded figures in each, which will look quite nice. Okay, so that is my first heavy ambulance. And you can position the ladder at the back. You can either have it down like that, or you can have it upwards, so I'll vary them like that. Okay, so that's that little one as well. Okay, well, October was a very busy month for me, because I managed to finish these two units as well. So these are the Hat Freikorps from Lutzows Freikorps, which come in a set. Well, in each box you get half of them are Nassau Grenadiers and the other half are, for some reason, von Lutzows Freikorps. So as I bought about 4 boxes of them, I had enough for 2 units. I've probably still got enough for another complete battalion as well. So I've done some with blue facings, and the others with red, and you'll see I've tried to keep the poses the same. So this red unit is, of course, marching guys. I've also utilised yet again a command set. This is the Prussian line command set, because I still cannot get the British line command set. They've been out of production for, must be nearly a year now, which is extremely frustrating. So if anybody does happen to find any, let me know, because that's basically preventing me doing any British line troops at all, or even Dutch, Belgians as well, so I use them for those. So what I've had to do is I bought an extra couple of boxes of these Prussian ones, so looks like I'm going to be doing Prussians for a while, and they fit in quite nicely with these Freikorps anyway. So yeah, it's quite a dramatic black uniform with the officers wearing silver sashes round their waists, brass buttons. I do like doing that, all the little details like that. Trying to keep the camera steady, because I've noticed that if it's too shaky and too quick, then it doesn't exactly do the video a lot of good, does it? So yeah, again, another couple of good sets to paint this lot. Add to my Prussian army. So there you go. Yeah, and as I say, I've probably got enough to do a third unit as well. So at some point I'll be doing those. So there you go. That's for the von Lutzows Freikorps. Let me just do a show you from the rear as well. I've got nice bayonets or short swords on there. Yep. Okay, that's that lot. Now, if you watched my last video, I went to Selweg, and there wasn't really a lot for me there. It was really looking around for scraps, but what I did decide to get, because I've been thinking of this for a while, is to get some of these movement trays, which are MDF, for my Normans, Vikings and Saxon armies. So what I was thinking of was having, you know, shield wall. So I've got an extra long one there. And some other options here to give a bit of variety, and then I was going to use these. I got two of these ones for skirmishers, so you know, javelin, spearmen, bow and arrow guys, particularly for the Norman side. And unfortunately, even though they're in the same box, these ones are actually slightly smaller holes than these ones, but I came up with a good solution, because a 10p coin will fit in there. 2p coins fit in these perfectly, but will not fit in these, but a 10p coin will. So I thought I can either just spend, what was that there, there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you know, £1.20 on bases with 10p coins, or I could draw around a 10p coin and make some bases instead, which would cost me nothing. And of course, when you draw around a 10p coin, it's still too big. So what I did find was an old shilling from 1955 with King George on it, George VI. Was it 55? Might have been 1950. Anyway, I'll have a look. It's actually from 1951. I found this up in the loft when I was converting the loft into a proper man cave. Just hidden amongst the rafters there. So yeah, it's from 1951, and it's just the right size to draw around to fit in there. So there's one of the little templates that I've made. So I'll just stick a couple of those together, and that should be perfectly fine. Yeah, so there you go. If you do find yourself with that problem, that's something you can do. So the sad part was I actually measured The mum. Let me just have a look and see if I've got one in my pocket. I should have. Yeah, I've always got a 2p in my pocket because I'm keeping them here. 2p coin fits perfectly in there, but not in there. Which, of course, if I'd measured that at the time, but I just expected because they're in the same plastic box, they'd be the same size, but they're clearly not. But that's my solution. And I'm sure everybody's got an old shilling lying around somewhere. Okay, the other thing I bought in the bring and buy was some more Airfix Waterloo British Infantry, 70 figures in there for £4. Once I get my command units, then I can do those. So I'm gonna use these two. I've got quite a lot of these anyway, but that'll make at least another couple of units of Dutch Belgians or whatever. And I've also started picking these up, the War of Independence figures. 126 for £6. Bargain. So I'll add those to the lot that I've got, because at some point I am going to start doing American War of Independence figures, so I can make little wooden houses like that. So there you go. That's what I got from Selweg. Not a lot, but it all adds, and anyway, it was an enjoyable day out. You pick up loads of hints and tips from the various people there who I was speaking to this year, as you'll see on the video. I was having a chat with quite a few of them. So yeah, grand day out. Shame I didn't run into Fraser. I briefly spotted him disappear into the canteen and tried looking for him for the rest of the day, but couldn't track him down, so maybe he left early. Okay, I'm just about to show you what I've got through the post this week. Okay, well, this is what I got. I was very conscious that I've got lots of Vikings now, and lots of Saxons now, and only one set of Normans, which is the Revell Norman infantry set, which some of them are nice figures, some of them are a bit naff, but if you're going to do Normans, then you need horsemen, don't you? It's alright having lots of foot troops and archers, but you really need horsemen. So looking on the Plastic Soldier Review site to see what was available on this scale, these have recently come out. I think they're quite a new set. They do a Anglo-Saxon set, and I think they do a Viking set as well, and you know, they're going to town on what they think you should do with them there. So yeah, you can use them for any Norman army really. It doesn't have to be the Hastings army. So that's it. Lots of figures in here. There are 126, and I think this cost me £12. They are Strelets, but never mind. So this is what you get. So a nice selection of cavalry there. They're basically combining existing sets that they've got and throwing in a few new sculpts for good measure. I think it's the Norman infantry set and the Norman cavalry set, plus some extras that they've put in. But yeah, that's what you get. I've taken them out of the box actually, so let's have a look. Nice big chunky horses, but then these were war horses, so they should really be a bit bigger than this, to be fair, but they're going with the sort of Arabian style horse that we assume, or in all the movies that you see, it's always an Arabian type or American type horse. Nothing like the war horses that the Normans would have had, which would be more like the cart horses or dray horses that we have still in this country. So big horses that were trained to fight. The detail on these is quite nice actually. Lots of nice work on the hauberks there. It's nice they've got shields so you can mix and match. you've got some weapons there, so you could have a guy either with a lance or a sword. So yeah, you can muck around with that. Let me just show you some of the cavalry. This guy's nice, the priest. Now, if I'm to use that as Odo, I think I might ditch the cross and replace that with a club. And of course this is meant to be William showing his face to his troops, and why on earth they've added a staff in the shape of a bear is beyond me. Really don't know what they were thinking of there. So again, I think that will be replaced with a sword, because it's just a bit silly really, isn't it? But yeah, they're quite chunky, as Strelets figures are. Nice detail though. Some of them have got, if I can just find one. You just see, some of them have got little knobs on their arms. Let me just put that lot down there while I'm trying to find one. This is another thing. You get these Streletsy from the Great Northern War included as well, which to me is completely useless. I don't think I'm ever going to get around to doing the Great Northern War. It's a shame because they're quite a nice set, but you've got to buy every flipping Strelet set to get these, because they include one in each set. So and there he is again. Yeah. Somewhere. You also get some crossbowmen who apparently do appear on the Bayeux tapestry. I don't know every panel on it. But yeah, nice to have them included. Where are we? Here we are. But yeah, for 126 figures, having 3 extra of these isn't a big deal, is it? And I've got more Normans than I could possibly shake a stick at now, shouting oot 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 as they did at Hastings. So looking forward to doing those. I'll just show you what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so ignoring the call centre downstairs, so far I've got with my Vikings this month, the MH posable Viking set that I bought in October, because of course it's the anniversary of the Battle of Hastings every October, so yeah, bought these to do a few more Dark Age figures. So should finish these, well, should finish some of them today and some more of them tomorrow, so should really finish these lot in the next 3 or 4 days if I can do some good log sessions. My wife wants me to go shopping in about 5 minutes, so it's cutting into valuable time, you know. Very valuable time this is. So a couple of the Revell Normans interspersed in here. So there you go, it's Dark Age month for me. October and September will be Dark Ages, I think. Okay, there you go. Thanks for watching, and certainly putting my viewing figures up. I've got 46,000 views I think now on my channel, which is 46.5, I think, which is pretty impressive. So thanks for all that, and speak to you soon. See you later.